What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 13 of the podcast. Today we're going to be discussing features/changes that we want to see happen in Siege. We're going to be discussing our opinions and ideas as far as what we think could make the game better or put it in a better state. I'm Ryan.
I'm Kyle.
I'm offered.
Alright, so first we'll start with a more current topic, and that is right now, currently on the test servers for the next season. Currently, right now, all external hatches are reinforced automatically at the start of the round, and it doesn't take away any reinforcements from your reinforce count. So, me personally, I think the Siege is already a defender-sided game, as we talked about in other podcasts in the past, and this is just going to give defenders even more of an advantage. So I think it either should, I like the idea of being able to reinforce the external hatches, but it either should take away from your reinforcement pool. You should have an option if you want it or not. If you do, it would take away from your reinforcement pool, or maybe have an operator whose gadget or secondary gadget can reinforce external hatches. I don't know. I just don't think you should just get them for free, because this will be changing on maps like Cafe on the top floor, and now you need a hard breacher every single time you're attacking it just to get those two hatches open on the roof. And on top of it, they can even bring a Cade now and they can have both the hatches electrocuted, so you wouldn't even need a Thatcher or something to get it off. So to me, if you get the hatches for free, it makes no sense. I don't know how you guys feel about it though.
See, I don't think what you said is bad, but the problem about that is I just feel like in general the exterior hatches shouldn't be reinforced at all.
Yeah,
Like I think they should just scrap that whole thing in general.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. That's definitely an
I think
idea.
it's to just keep it the way it is.
Yeah.
I agree with that more.
See, the only reason why I say it's a cool idea if you want to play around with it is because it gives the defenders more creativity on how they want to defend their site. Because I could see even people then, if it was an option, like even if you played Cafe on Reading Room and you were holding the upstairs, and even though the objective is not even on the top floor, you might want to reinforce those top hatches because most people, attack Cafe from top down. So I think it just makes more creativity and gives more options for the defenders to play around.
How would they even reinforce that from the bottom? Like
No, I don't know. No. I think
It
there might be an
just
option.
appears like
Yeah, it's already reinforced. I think there would be an option before the round started when you pick the objective if you want the external ones or not. I don't know how they would implement it. And it would put those two already
okay.
there. And it would. But maybe, like I said, if they didn't want to do that route, then maybe have an operator's that secondary gadget somehow reinforces a hatch from underneath that's exterior. I don't know. But that's not really my idea. I think my best idea would be to give it an option, and it should definitely take away from your reinforcement pool.
Well, yeah.
Because because if you're not, then you're just getting essentially 12 or 11, 12,
if
13
not,
rein.
then there's just more utility that the
I
attackers
heard
have.
it should be
Yeah,
You're just getting buffed
option.
as a defender.
exactly.
Option-based.
What were you saying,
Yeah.
though?
Yeah, I think it definitely should be option based. If so, if they're keeping the fact that exterior hatches are gonna be reinforced from the like beginning or whatever,
Mhm.
it should be an option because some people might not turn it on.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd be low key dumb not to.
I mean, it
Using,
depends
like,
on how you
design.
set up the objective. If you need your 10 reinforcements or not.
I
You
think
know?
that means if you could choose what external hatches to reinforce
See,
and take through the pool, that introduces something new.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
have to actually think about how you're going to assess where everyone goes in the very beginning of the match to open up those hatches.
yeah. I mean,
Like the hard breacher would go to this hatch instead of going straight to the wall, and just
mhm. I mean, I think Cafe's the easiest example because there's the two big hatches on the roof. But if you're defending Cafe on the top floor and you use all 10 of your reinforcements, you're not going to pick the option because just let them have the hatches. But if you're not going to use 10, you might as well. It's just more utility they have to burn or less ways they can come through. So I think it should be an option.
I think charms should be sorted a different way than it is because a lot of the newer charms that come out are at the bottom and you only have a certain amount of time before you start a game to put them on.
Mm. So all we're talking about, if you want to switch your charm in between round, it's very hard because newer charms are on the bottom, so it's very difficult to get there in time. So what Alfred's suggesting is to have a way to filter your charms. You could either filter by rarity, maybe, or from newest to oldest, or maybe alphabetically by name. Why not just have different common filters like that, to be able to
Yeah,
filter?
yeah, nice quality of life change. So that would be
Yeah.
really nice quality of life change.
And then that could work for skins for a lot of people that have weapon skins as well as uniforms and headgear. Just and maybe even give the option to favorite a few. Why can't you know what I mean? Why can't you have 5 favorite
Oh, that is
charms? And then
yeah,
Now
they
that
that
is true.
I like the ability, like you favorite stuff and it goes to a different inventory where you can quickly access it all.
yeah,
Yeah,
say like you pulled the alpha pack charm from an alpha pack, right? And you decided, wow, that's my favorite charm. So you favorite it, and then anytime you want to put it on a gun, it's going to be at the top one because it's your favorite.
and I know eventually, with weapon attachment skins too, there's gonna be a lot, and you're not gonna be able to put one on between rounds in a quick amount of time.
Yeah. So something like a favorite thing where you can just have 5 and it's just pinned to the top. I would like that, and then also having
Yeah.
filters on top of it.
For me personally, I want to see more ways there in alpha packs in game. I want to see maybe like daily or weekly challenges similar to the ones that you can find on the Ubisoft app, except it's strictly for alpha packs. So kill X amount of enemies today and you maybe earn 1 alpha pack and some credits. Just small additional rewards that incentivize people to stay on the game, or the
Yeah.
people like me who don't play Siege that often. Like if there is something like that, then I would have a reason to log on and try to get like my daily alpha pack
Yeah,
instead of just relying on playing games and RNG, because that does get old after a while.
it also gets the casual base to get on every day, get their daily login. I mean, that could be another thing, Ryan, just getting a daily login in general. Maybe not an alpha pack, but maybe
Yeah,
something like
yeah, daily login system
a
would be
thousand
nice.
renowned or 5 that I don't know what you do, but something like that that gets the casual player base to continue to come back and play the game. I like
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
they could
it
even
could.
have something like one competitive match for one of the daily challenges, and boom, that already introduces people to just competitive itself, like.
Yeah. Or what if they did
Yeah,
like a daily login thing where you got 1,000 renown every day, and if you were there for every 7 days of the week, then you get a free alpha pack.
Yeah, I think that would be really nice.
Something like that, dailies or weeklies, just to
yeah,
get people
like
on the game. Because there's a good chance if you can get them to go on the game every day to log in, they'll continue to stay on the game and play.
Cheers.
but like yeah, they're having like a weekly roadmap
Yeah,
of like
roadmap.
different.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
with subsequent
different.
rewards for logging in every single day.
Exactly.
Get better and better.
Hmm.
To keep people
Interesting.
wanting to
Interesting.
play. Yeah.
No, also speaking on the note of the roadmap and daily challenges, I think it would be neat if there were like theme challenges, such as maybe like get 5 kills in cafe to get a cafe oriented skin. No,
Hmm.
That actually, it doesn't sound too bad. To
it
be
doesn't
quite
sound
honest.
bad. Like a
Ooh.
themed camo for cafe, maybe like a cafe charm of like the building or something.
Yeah, I can see a
I don't
charm more
know.
than the
Like,
skin, because what does a cafe skin mean?
Well, by skin I really meant gun camo, like a camo
Yeah, no, I know, but what
backpack.
does a cafe weapon skin mean?
I mean,
I
they
don't
kind
know.
of already, well, no, it's something that gets Christmas theme or festive theme goes towards like cafe.
Yeah, I mean,
Kind
yeah, your
of,
cafe is Christmas festive theme,
cafe.
but yeah, if you had a charm in the building, I guess.
Maybe titles.
I was
So
thinking,
under like just player card titles, like in every other game, just as another form of customization.
but where do you see it in the end of the round kill
Yeah,
feeds?
yeah, and the kill cam.
But is that just more stuff added to the alpha packs?
No. Well, you could make some
It
of
just
them like just random, but they
dilutes.
would all be challenge
Oh, I'll
based.
be
Like
challenge based.
specifically, like get 100 interrogations with Kavira, and you'll get a Kavira-oriented title.
Mm.
That's the type of stuff that really keeps people in a game long term, or
Yeah,
that people really appreciate in a game. It's small customization challenges because I know people eat that up.
See,
things that people can just go for.
yeah,
Because as it is right now, it's just random. It's just RNG alpha packs. Like,
I think people would like it though if it's something more that could be shown off. Because if it's if it's a calling card or something, then people might be able to show it off if they get a kill. But I think people
well,
like it.
maybe it
Okay.
could be like a calling card and a charm. So there's a calling card system, and there's the special charm that you can only get for it.
My,
Because charms are something that you can easily set.
yeah, my suggestion would be, what if there is either a camo or a charm that's either it's like a milestone thing, either from kills or wins, probably by wins, and it changes every time you hit a certain amount of things. It evolves maybe, or
Oh yeah.
it grows, it gets lighter, it's getting more spikes on it, something I don't know. It gets more after you, so then it's something to show off. You can see, oh wow, that person's won over 100 games, or something like that, or oh that person's won over 1,000 games. Something to show how long you've been playing the game and how what you've achieved. So the other thing I was gonna suggest is that even though at the end of every season they give you a charm based on what platinum or gold or champion you get into, what rank you get a charm for it. What if they did something like your win-loss record or something? You get it based on what win-loss record you had. You're able to get a certain charm. So if you had like over a 50% win-loss, you get this charm. If you had over 60, you get this, or maybe a weapon skin or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that would be pretty cool. I think they should also have to where maybe if you reach like a certain as long as or with the charm, when you reach like platinum or something like that, you can get like a weapon skin.
Ultimately, just more customization and
Yeah,
cosmetics
I think there
instead of
should
just
be
buying.
like reactive camos, things that
Oh, you
could
mean
like
like
change.
animated camos?
Yes, animated camos, yes.
Like maybe just some blue streaks going across. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be bad.
All right, so one new feature I would suggest on the topic of camos that we were currently talking about. I know a lot of people don't like the Ember Eyes camo that was out when the Ember Eyes season was out, and because it blends in with a lot of maps like Villa and a couple other ones, and other skins in general people don't like because of how it blends in. But none of the skins change your hitbox, or none of the elite skins either change your hitbox or anything. So why, for those people that complain and don't like it, why not make it an option that you can have it set that every character you see is just the default skin. So if you don't like that people can have customizations, you don't like that it blends in, just for them only, they have a setting on and they only see them as a default skin.
That's not bad. I don't know how that exactly would like.
I mean, I've
Would that
known some.
render right?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some games that done it, but
Really? Oh, okay.
why not? I mean, maybe make it default or elite skin, because I don't think any of the elite skins are crazy. Because then it's a little, ruins the purpose of buying the elite skin. But I think it makes it everyone. If you complain about the skins being weird and crazy, then you check it on and you have all the default elite skins.
I mean, that could even help with the alibi bug as well.
Yeah, it doesn't ruin any
Alibi
gameplay. It's
bug.
just customizations. If you don't want to see customizations, people's customizations, that's fine. And then people don't can't complain about skins blending in and not liking stuff because they could just simply turn it off. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
They could still make it to where after the game ends, whenever you do see the winning team, that you see
Yeah.
their customization no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah, it could just be an in-game thing. Yeah, that end screen you can see it. I mean, I just think it makes it a way that if a person's playing Siege seriously and that's what's bothering them, all their customizations, then just you could just eliminate that factor. The
Yeah, there are some crazy customizations, like the one from the recent event that gives the people the robotic heads
yeah.
that we talked about before.
Mhm.
I can
Yeah.
see how that would be disorientating for people.
Yeah. And if certain players like the customizations and they think it's fun to have the customizations in Siege, I guess it applies more to the casual side of Siege, then let them have it. They can still customize their thing, and they don't even know if the person can't see their customizations. I think that's just quality of life change. It makes everyone happy. You can't hurt anyone.
as we see with the new season, how they're going to be adding different sites, and these different sites have new reticles that we've never seen before. I think there should be maybe more reticles added in because I heard a lot of feedback on most of these reticles being terrible or disliked, or
Mhm.
that it brings a nerf to some of the operators that we have in the game. So I think there should be maybe challenges to where we can get different reticles for the game.
I completely agree with what you are saying, Offer, that a lot of people have been saying it's a big nerf to a lot of the operators because a lot of attackers did lose the ACOG and they only get the 1.5 times option, the 2 times zoom option, which is much less than the ACOG. Also, a lot of people been complaining about the reticles that are getting added because they aren't the best looking. They take up a lot of the screen and it blocks a lot of your vision. But the one thing that you said about making them challenge based to get new reticles, I don't know if I would agree with that just because then newer players are at a disadvantage to then more experienced players, and in a competitive game, if you're trying to play ranked, being at a disadvantage just because you didn't play the game as well, or if you're not as good as the other people, then I wouldn't. I mean, I think all the reticles should be available to everyone, but I
Yeah,
think there should be more
definitely.
reticle options. And I mean, they haven't made any other. I don't know, because it's hard because a lot of attackers do have ACOG that are losing it. Do you make another 2.5 times zoom and have a different reticle as ACOG? Just so there's options there, maybe. I don't know, but a lot of attackers are getting nerfed because they don't get that crazy zoom they did. But the one thing I do like, and I've seen a lot of people thinking about this with the colors, and I think it's going to become a common thing. Most people are going to use the lighter colors like the gray and the white color. I've seen a lot of people use because
Yeah,
it's
I've seen that.
more transparent and it's easier to see through. So it makes it even easier when you could see through the reticle as well. It doesn't block anything at all, so it's more transparent. So having a very thin reticle that doesn't cover a lot, plus having a transparent thing will make it even better. So people that are keeping their ACOGs honestly might get a small buff here.
Yeah. Um, I mean, I don't think there should be anything like really like over the top or weird. Like I don't know, like waves with like a dot or something like that in the middle as like a reticle, but
Yeah.
just something
No, I know. One of
that's
them,
clean.
yeah, a couple of them I've seen are okay, but when you just do anything out of the ordinary, it's too much.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think most people will like the simple things. Like me at first, when I first started playing Siege, I thought the ACOG was honestly too much. It blocked, the whole bottom part of your screen, but then you realize you don't really need to be seeing straight down. So it really doesn't block much at all. But some of these that are covering the middle of the lens on all sides, it blocks too much of your vision. It's just gonna make your accuracy worse and make you see less things. So new reticles, I like that. If we're gonna add 1.5, 2.5 times zoom, we might as well have 5 different options for all of them. If you can customize
Yeah.
that color, just give us a lot of different options. But I think no matter what, if they do that, it's gonna be mostly people are gonna pick one of the options because one of them is gonna come out as the easier one to use.
Another thing, I think we talked about this before in a previous podcast, but I think there should be active changes that happen to the map, kind of similar to how Grand Larceny was with like the destruction and stuff like that.
What are you
I think
saying?
it would be
You would want those things implemented to rank?
somewhat, somewhat. I think changes that or like events or whatever that can happen in a
Okay.
map or in a match. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you're saying things like dynamic maps? Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah, it's dynamic maps. That's what I was trying to say.
Gotcha.
My
Okay.
bad. Yeah.
It could be something interesting. I mean, one thing I would want to see if we're talking about new features, I want to see a new map in Siege. It's been a very long time since we've had a new map.
Oh
It's
yeah,
been,
of course. But
it,
I don't. I think they said they're not. They're not going to be putting new maps. I think they're just doing
Yeah.
reworks now.
Well, and for the rest of this year, I know it's all set on reworks, but maybe next year we get a new map. I'm hoping, because right now it's what is still the latest map is Outback, right? Or was Villa after? No, Outback was last. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet so.
Which that's been here for a long time too, so it's I don't know. We need something new to change it up. One other idea I have is this used to be a problem in Siege. This is similar to a problem they used to have in Siege. And you know how they used to have the problem with the barricades? How you would break it and it would be client side, so sometimes the debris wouldn't fall off on your screen, but for the other people it would. And they switched it to server side. This is more of a smaller thing, but I know people complain about it a lot, and that's probably when people's dead body, when you get killed, your bodies fall randomly in different positions, so it's different for every person. So if someone dies and someone's near it, you could, on your screen, he could be shooting through the dead body and killing you, and you can't even shoot back at him because the dead body's blocking him. So I would suggest either making it server side, or maybe I've heard some people say after the body's on the floor for 5 seconds or something, let it disappear, which is not really realistic, but it makes it so then you don't run into the issue with people having all the bodies placed in different positions. That could actually affect the game.
I mean, they can't even make a move body feature.
Yeah. Oh, what you're saying? You're saying drag the bodies? You could drag your.
Yeah. But I mean,
no one's gonna do that.
Yeah, I know. It's a little over the top. But I mean, could it be something they could think about?
Yeah, I think it should just be either server side or it should disappear, because I know people complain about it, and I think it's just something that could affect the game, and you don't want to lose in a situation and just be like, yeah, it's on the game, it's on luck. You want to actually know if you lost the situation, okay, this is what I did wrong, and that's one of those things.
A lot of people could hide in bodies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That could cause problems.
Alright, that's going to conclude today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give us a like. Comment down below what new features you would like to see in Siege. Subscribe if you are new. We post every Tuesday and Thursday. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.